Taehyung prepares 2025 World Tour for Jimin and Jungkook, a massive plan that shakes ARMY worldwide in an unexpected twist that has left fans stunned and industry observers on high alert. Taehyung is reportedly preparing an unprecedented 2025 World Tour featuring only two BTS members, Jimin and Jungkook. Why these two? Why now? And what exactly is the hidden agenda behind a move that could redefine not only BTS's trajectory, but also the entire K-pop touring landscape? As whispers grow louder and fragments of insider information begin to circulate, the stakes have never felt higher, and the implications have never been more explosive. The decision to focus solely on Jimin and Jungkook immediately ignited a storm of speculation. These two are among the most prominent and globally recognized members of BTS, each with a massive individual fan base, undeniable stage presence, and a proven track record in both group and solo performances. But the exclusion of other members from such a monumental plan has triggered waves of curiosity and unease within the fandom. Is this the start of a new era for BTS? Or a calculated risk that could fracture their long-standing image as a unified seven-member group? Multiple industry sources suggest that the scale of the planned tour is unprecedented even by BTS's own monumental standards. Early reports hint at performances across more than 20 countries, spanning Asia, Europe, North America, and possibly the Middle East, a territory rarely included in previous BTS global schedules. The fact that preparations are already underway, with venue bookings rumored to be secured months in advance, underscores the magnitude and urgency of the operation. The choice of 2025 as the launch year is no coincidence. It aligns with the anticipated conclusion of military service obligations for certain members and comes at a time when global live entertainment is experiencing a resurgence after years of pandemic-related disruptions. Yet, the deliberate pairing of Jimin and Jungkook, without other BTS members, has left a void of unanswered questions. Some insiders believe this is a strategic move to test the waters for a potential subunit branding, while others warn that such a step could be a precursor to a more permanent restructuring of BTS's activities. From a business perspective, the plan is both daring and potentially revolutionary. Jimin and Jungkook are among the most marketable figures in K-pop, and their combined influence could attract unprecedented ticket sales, merchandise revenue, and media attention. However, this also comes with significant risks. Longtime ARMYs are deeply loyal to the seven-member concept, and any shift in that balance could provoke backlash. The emotional bond between BTS and their fans is built on the promise of unity, a promise that some fear could be jeopardized by a tour that excludes more than half the group. Speculation has intensified after several recent sightings of Jimin and Jungkook together in rehearsal studios and undisclosed locations. Photographs showing them entering and leaving high-security buildings in Seoul have fueled theories that intensive preparations are already underway. Some fans claim to have heard snippets of unreleased music leaking from rehearsal spaces, hinting at new material specifically crafted for this tour. If true, this would mean the 2025 World Tour will not merely recycle past BTS hits, but present an entirely fresh setlist designed to highlight Jimin's vocal agility and Jungkook's commanding stage dominance. The emotional weight of this move is not lost on the fandom. Many ARMYs remember the 2019 Speak Yourself tour and the global unity it represented. The prospect of a world tour that isolates only two members feels, to some, like a bittersweet reminder of how the group's dynamics have evolved. Are fans ready for this shift, or will it ignite a wave of resistance? Adding to the intrigue is the timing of venue announcements, or rather, the lack thereof. Despite reports of secured stadiums and arenas, no official list of dates or locations has surfaced. This deliberate silence appears to be part of a calculated strategy to amplify anticipation and speculation. Each passing week without confirmation only increases the tension, pushing ARMY deeper into a cycle of excitement and anxiety. From a strategic standpoint, Concentrating resources on two members allows for a level of creative control and flexibility impossible with a seven-member schedule. Choreography, set design, and musical arrangements can be tailored to Jimin and Jungkook's strengths without the logistical compromises required in full group performances. Yet, this advantage for the production team could translate into a sense of exclusion for both the absent members and segments of the fandom who feel equally attached to them, and the broader music industry. This plan is being watched with intense interest. Executives from competing labels and global tour promoters are reportedly studying every move, recognizing that a successful Jimin and Jungkook World Tour could set a precedent for selective member mega tours in other top-tier groups. The stakes extend far beyond BTS. It's a potential blueprint for a new era of K-pop marketing, one where the group identity is periodically deconstructed for maximum commercial impact. There's also the question of narrative control. For years, BTS's story has been told as a united front, a group overcoming challenges together. A selective member tour risks creating parallel narratives, one centered on Jimin and Jungkook as the new spearheads of BTS's global expansion, and another following the paths of the remaining members. How these narratives will coexist or collide remains to be seen. Some analysts believe this tour is a strategic necessity. As K-pop continues to expand into competitive Western markets, having smaller, more agile units could be the key to maintaining relevance. Jimin's artistry and emotional depth paired with Jungkook's charismatic versatility could be the ultimate combination for captivating audiences unfamiliar with a full BTS lineup. But this very logic fuels concerns among ARMY that such specialization could permanently shift the balance of the group. The emotional toll on fans is already visible across social media platforms. Threads filled with excitement are interlaced with posts expressing fear of an irreversible divide. The tension between anticipation and apprehension is palpable, creating an online atmosphere that mirrors the high-stakes uncertainty behind the scenes. One particularly striking element of this unfolding situation is how tightly information is being controlled. While rumors swirl, there is an almost complete blackout from official BTS channels. This information vacuum has become fertile ground for fan theories, some claiming that the tour will feature collaborations with international superstars, others suggesting that it may serve as a prelude to a larger BTS comeback involving all members later in the year. Regardless of the hidden strategy, the fact remains that a Jimin and Jungkook 2025 World Tour, if executed at the scale insiders suggest, will be one of the most significant events in modern K-pop history. It has the potential to elevate BTS's legacy to new heights or introduce a fault line that could alter their collective identity forever. Underneath the surface of this unfolding story lies a network of interconnected motives, business calculations, and personal stakes that make this plan far more complex than it first appears. Bang Si-hyuk's history as a strategist in the global music market suggests that every decision is multi-layered, often with long-term implications hidden beneath the headline announcement. By placing Jimin and Jungkook at the center of this operation, he is not simply organizing a tour, he is reshaping the narrative of BTS's global positioning. The decision to move forward without revealing specific details to the public serves two purposes. First, it keeps competitors uncertain and unable to preempt the plan. Second, it sustains a psychological grip on ARMY, ensuring that speculation becomes a continuous cycle that drives engagement. In today's music industry, where attention is as valuable as ticket sales, such prolonged suspense can be a weapon in itself. The implications for the other BTS members remain one of the most sensitive topics in fan discussions. Without any clear communication about their involvement in future projects, some fear that this selective spotlight could inadvertently signal a shift in priority. While Jimin and Jungkook are undoubtedly capable of carrying a tour of this magnitude, BTS's entire brand has been built on a promise of equality among members. A deviation from this could create an internal and external identity crisis, one that could permanently alter the group's dynamic. Industry analysts are already speculating about the kind of venues and production designs that might be employed. Given BTS's past record of selling out stadiums in minutes, it is unlikely that this tour will settle for anything less than the largest and most iconic arenas worldwide. There is also growing talk of integrating cutting-edge stage technology, possibly incorporating augmented reality and immersive visual experiences that blend live performance with virtual elements, an approach that could set a new standard for K-pop concerts. Logistics for a project of this size are staggering. Coordinating international travel, security, stage construction, and media coverage for a two-member show requires a level of precision rarely seen in the industry. Unlike a seven-member performance where multiple elements can be distributed among the group, this setup demands that Jimin and Jungkook each shoulder significantly more stage time, energy, and vocal responsibility. That reality raises another pressing question. How will they physically and mentally endure such an intense schedule across multiple continents? Whispers from individuals connected to the production suggest that entirely new musical arrangements are being developed, tailored specifically for the duo's combined vocal and performance style. This could mean that longtime BTS tracks will be reinterpreted, while new, unreleased songs could make their debut on this tour. The possibility of new music being premiered live, without prior release, is already sending waves of anticipation through fan communities. For ARMY, the emotional stakes cannot be overstated. Many have expressed that while they would support any member's success, the thought of seeing BTS in a form that excludes the full lineup is difficult to reconcile. Others argue that the music industry is evolving, and such selective projects are inevitable for longevity. This divide has created a tension-filled environment where every rumor, photograph, and unexplained social media post becomes a piece of evidence in the ongoing debate about the future of BTS. Meanwhile, promoters and ticketing companies are bracing themselves for what could be one of the most chaotic pre-sale events in recent memory. If the speculation holds true, the demand will likely exceed anything seen before, possibly breaking the group's own records for fastest sellouts. This scenario would not only reaffirm Jimin and Jungkook's star power, but also provide Bang Si-hyuk with undeniable proof that selective member mega tours can succeed without diluting the BTS brand, if executed carefully. And yet, the danger remains. In a world where public perception can shift overnight, one misstep, a poorly chosen interview comment, a misunderstood setlist choice, or an ill-timed scheduling conflict could ignite controversy on a global scale. The current silence from official channels is a double-edged sword. It builds suspense but also allows false narratives to take root and spread unchecked. What is certain is that 2025 will be a year unlike any other in BTS history. This tour has the potential to be remembered as the boldest and most innovative chapter in their career, or the moment that fractured the unshakable unity they have projected for over a decade. For now, the clock ticks down toward a yet unannounced reveal, and every fan, critic, and industry insider is left asking the same question. When the lights finally rise on that first stage, will the world witness a new golden era for BTS, or the beginning of an irreversible transformation?